अपर्ण्यं न तु गच्छति अपि निर्वाणमायाति नानलो याति शीतताम्. India is a land of nationalists. When India faced invasion, patriots were born to save motherland. There are three provinces in India which stood up against these invasions, namely Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Punjab. When we study Indian history, role of Rajasthan and Rajputs are remarkable. Indian history is incomplete without including the history of Rajasthan. Lord Krishna defeated demons in the sacred land. Rajasthan is also known for first park of Swarajya. Maharana Pratap history started with the dynasty of Gehlots. From the very beginning, Gehlots had the true spirit of patriotism for his homeland. Gehlots' native place was Rajasthan. Further, Gehlots was divided into two parts, Rawal and Rana. The Ranas shifted their capital to Sisodiya. Further, Ranas were renamed as Sisodiyas. People from Sisodiya traveled to Maharashtra to prove their bravery. Sisodiya people were successful in rooting themselves in Maharashtra, which fortunately gave birth to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. In Rajasthan, till then, many kings were successful in establishing their rule. These kings fought against the Arab invasions. Bappa Rawal was such a warrior, was successfully in defeating Arabs, which resulted that Arabs did not invade India for almost 150 years. In 1303, Alauddin Khilji attacked Rawal Ratan Singh. Khilji captured the fort of Chittor successfully. Khilji attacked Chittor for Queen Padmini, but she sacrificed her life in Johar, which was written in golden words in the history. In 1567 to 1568, Akbar's attacked Chittorgarh.
At that time, Chittor was defeated by Akbar and Rana Uday Singh took a step back. Unlike other Rajput kings, Rana Uday Singh defended Rajasthan from attacks of Akbar. Rana Uday Singh left Chittor and shifted his capital to Gogunda. On the day of 9th May 1540, a warrior was born in Rajasthan named Maharana Pratap. Just like sun set every day to rise again, on this occasion, a son was blessed to Uday Singh and Queen Jevantabai. In those days, a king used to marry multiple times to protect and increase their kingdom. Rana Pratap had three brothers named Shakti Singh, Vikram Singh and Jagmal Singh. From their childhood, they were taught about how to use multiple weapons and management. They were also taught about the social, cultural, political, religious relations and how to maintain them. While traveling through Aravalli ranges, they also learnt about guerrilla warfare. With these rigid and tensed situations, the time forced all the brothers to get trained for the upcoming challenges. The third wife of Rana Uday Singh was in favor to crown her son, Jagmal Singh, as the ascending Rana of Gogunda.
Many ministers of Jagmal Singh disagreed with the decisions and revolted against him. They insisted Pratap Singh to become the next Rana. At the age of 32, Pratap Singh became a Rana of Gogunda. Meanwhile, Akbar frequently tried to conquer Chittor and religion surrounding it. In order to destroy and conquer Rajasthan and its other parts, he frequently sent his troops to find and kill Maharana Pratap. Maharana Pratap ordered his troops to attack Akbar and were able to defend the rest of the land. Through Akbar controlled Chittor, he would not conquer Mewar. Rana Pratap was crowned as the king of Mewar. Also, through Rana Pratap was a king, he lacked of resources due to frequent attack and low manpower. Rana Pratap was forced to leave his camp several times. Rana Pratap's troops had a shortage of food and also lacked in many resources such as weapons, manpower, etc. In those Aravalli ranges, there lived a tribe called Bhilla, who then joined the troops of Rana Pratap. Akbar kept an eye of all these activities of Rana Pratap and then sent his 6 ministers to Mewar for signing a peace treaty. That treaty failed because Rana Pratap wanted Swarajya at any cost. Raja Man Singh was one of the Rajputs but still supported Akbar's. Akbar's peace treaties failed many times, so he decided to attack Mewar. Maharana Pratap got to know all the activities of Akbar's from his spies and so decided a war strategy with his ministers.
Akbar got most of his resources from Surat, so he decided to block all the roads of Surat leading to Akbar's kingdom, which provided him all the necessities. After Maharana Pratap got to know about Akbar's army of 80,000 people, he decided to take up help from people staying Aravali and choose a spot named Haldighati, where he decided all the guerrilla tactics. In 1576, the Battle of Haldighati started with Maharana Pratap's horse Chetak was with him. On 18th June 1576, Maharana Pratap faced Man Singh, who reported Akbar. Maharana Pratap's army consisted of 20,000 brave warriors against Man Singh. With the only objective of attaining Swarajya, Maharana Pratap fought bravely. He was blessed with such a power that whenever he struck the sword on the enemy's body used to cut in two parts. He understood that to win against Mughals, he had to defeat and kill Man Singh. Maharana Pratap surrounded Man Singh with his few men. Man Singh was sitting on an elephant when Chetak, Maharana Pratap's horse, jumped and with his legs landed on elephant's forehead. Maharana Pratap threw his spear towards Man Singh, but it missed the shot and he took a step back. But Chetak was wounded due to this. A person named Challa Binda dressed like Maharana Pratap and wore his crown, and in order to fight with war with Mughals, Maharana Pratap was requested to leave the battlefield and went back to Gogunda.
Though Chetak was wounded badly, he ran for almost 5 kilometers in order to save Maharana Pratap and died, saving his life. Shakti Singh came to rescue Maharana Pratap and took Maharana Pratap to Gogunda. The War of Haldighati was seen as the turning point in Indian history. After Akbar lost the battle, he did not attack Mewar again. Maharana Pratap then peacefully concentrated on increasing his kingdom and also focused on improving trade and its policies, commerce, economy, and other commercial factors. He also built temples and other religious structures. At the age of 57, Maharana Pratap died due to an unnatural death. He was not just a warrior, but he should be also seen as an inspiration for all the youths. Some qualities that everybody can acquire in their lifestyle are that everyone should fight for truth, self-confidence, and fearlessness. Today, India needs warriors like Maharana Pratap. Maharana Pratap died to glorify his motherland. Today's youth should protect Indian culture, tradition, and most importantly, its history. Jai Hind.